Hi there, I'm live. Welcome back to Supercharged Fridays. How are you doing? It is yet another Friday, and it is yet another bad hair day. Not exactly planned. So, anyway, I hope you're doing well. How was your week? Come in the comments. Drop me a word to describe your week. How was your week? Give me one word. I'll start with my week. Surprising. Everything was going great, and then had a little bit of an accident yesterday. So, yeah, I would say surprising. You think things are going a certain way, and then something else happens. Anyway, come in the comments. Let us chat. If we haven't met before, welcome to Supercharged Fridays. I am a career coach. My name is Sonal Behel, former HR director, and I go live every Friday. And we talk about, of all the things in the world, what we mostly talk about is career. We talk about your career. How's it going? Can it be better? How can I help? I offer perspectives. I offer opinions. I don't have all the answers, but it's fun to share. I've been doing this for, yeah, every Friday now since January 2020. So it's lots of fun. And if there's anything I can help you with, drop in your question in the comment and let us see how we can help you. When I say we, this is a lovely community that gets together. If you want to follow it, just follow the hashtag Supercharged Fridays. This hashtag is active on LinkedIn, and it's a lovely bunch of people that I've met around the world. So I'm going to be online for about 10 minutes. Why 10 minutes? So, as I said earlier, so there's something that happened and I hurt my foot really badly yesterday. So, it's in a bit of discomfort, quite a bit of pain. Hopefully, I will not need surgery. So, because of that, I prefer not to be on my feet. So, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to do other things because I don't want to miss this Friday. And the second reason is it is really hot today where I am. And I know it's not as hot as it could be in some places in the world, particularly where I come from, India. This is, 30 degrees Celsius is not hot compared to India. I know that. But the difference is places like India have, for the most part, the infrastructure to deal with that level of heat. Belgium and so much of Europe, it's just getting hotter and hotter in most parts of the world anyway. And historically, we've never needed things like air conditioning. We don't even have fans. So we have to buy these floor fans. And that's not the same thing because essentially what it's doing is it's blowing hot air in your face. So there is some sort of relief and it's kind of a fake relief. So I'm in my office, which is the hottest room in the house. I don't plan to be here that long. I don't think I will last more than 10 minutes. So these are the two reasons why I think 10 minutes. And let us get into it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate your support. Good evening in the Middle East. Speaking of hot, hi Saad. You're busy job searching. Let me know how I can help you if you have very specific questions. Thank you for tuning in. Hello, Joe. Good morning. Let's get into it. I see a question and cheers. Hi, Abhishek. How do you tackle a situation where the previous organization isn't providing an experience letter, whereas the new organization demands it? Yeah, it's okay. It's not, I don't want you to feel bad, Abhishek, because it's not your fault. Because it's 10 minutes today, I'm going to give maybe 20-second answers. Obviously, there's more to this. So just take a little bit of this. You need to keep following up with your old employer if they need that letter. The new employer needs that letter, and you gotta tell them. You gotta tell the old employer in a way that they feel this pressure as much as you do, and do not forget to update that new employer that this is happening. Don't leave them in limbo. Make sure the communication is going both ways. You will get it eventually. I'm sorry they're being difficult. Maybe this is affirming why you left them to begin with. I hope you get it. Good luck. Hi, Kanchan. How do I know I'm underpaid? The easiest answer would be asking your colleagues. But this is not a communication, this is not a conversation that is encouraged. So if you have that level of friendships within the organization, you can have a very good idea. Otherwise, you can have a quick look in Glassdoor. If it's updated information for your company, you'll have an idea there as well. All right. Fantastic, Devesh. I'm happy for you. Good. Thank you. Thank you, LinkedIn user. What do you do for fumbling like and other things? Satya Kala. I hear that. I do a lot of that as well. You hear that all the time if you listen to my podcast. And somebody said she wanted to reduce it. I don't personally think it's an issue. I think what matters is You're using that time to think, and then you move on to your sentence. What matters is the length of the and how frequent they are. I think that's what matters to me. And if they're too long or they're too frequent, then they might take away from the message because they're distracting. So practice a little bit. If you can work with a communication coach, otherwise watch. I see that you're watching me on YouTube. Watch some YouTube channels that'll help you to have smoother delivery. Everything is possible with practice. Everything. It's not a question of being perfect and having zero ahs and ums. It's not about that. It's about learning to live with it in a way that it doesn't affect your delivery and the other person doesn't notice it either. Yeah, good luck. All right. Abhishek, I'm going to move on because I want to see if anybody else has a question. And if I see no, then I'll come back because I see that you already asked. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys being here. Yeah. Risto, what a funny thing I read today about a guy who got fined for speeding, and the fine was like 150,000 euros or something insane. It was a funny piece of funny quick headline. All right. Hi, Shubham. I'm doing a job that I really like. Not that I really like, that I like. Mm-hmm. There is this slight fear of the unknown, a little anxiety. Is it normal? It's my first job. Shubham, congrats. Of course it's normal, especially if everyone around you has been at it for a while. It's perfectly normal. Just don't let it paralyze you. Just know that others, no matter how smart they look to you, no matter how put together they look to you, they were exactly in the same boat as you are today. Just keep learning and keep growing, and just that's it. You don't have to do anything. Hey, Saad, how do you improve your LinkedIn profile? Okay. Two quick answers, Saad, in the interest of time. Number one, watch my playlist on YouTube on resumes on LinkedIn. You'll get lots and lots of hints over there. I've interviewed some amazing people as well who are LinkedIn profile experts, people like Kevin D. Turner, etc. And the other thing I'm going to say is focus on a few things like your picture, your headline below your picture, your about section, and the background banner. So I'll give you a very quick feedback just because of whatever I can see from your picture. Make sure you have a close up and you're looking at the camera, you have a bit of a smile, and your eyes are visible. That matters. A good profile picture brings in more visitors. Lots of research that proves this, proves what I'm saying. And your headline should speak to the job you want. And if you're between jobs, you shouldn't say actively looking for opportunities. It's literally wasting precious space. Instead, it should be future focused. And if you want to know more, subscribe to my newsletter, because tomorrow or today, I don't remember, I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I'm going to be sending out a newsletter, and there'll be one tip which is related to how to craft a nice, effective, strong LinkedIn headline. If you guys aren't subscribed to my newsletter, I send it once, sometimes once a week, sometimes once in a few weeks. I'm very unpredictable. And if you want to subscribe, it's superchargeyourself.com/newsletter. You need 3 minutes to read it, and I write 3 tips normally. Nothing spammy. If you don't like it, you can unsubscribe it. Unsubscribe from it at any point of time. So good luck. 8 minutes done. All right. How do you confront leadership with underpaid information? Confront. Confront. The operative word for me is confront. I would say find out more, have some curiosity, speak with people in HR. I wouldn't say confront, because confront sounds a bit like, you're going to get into some kind of fight or a conflict or something like that. Sometimes these things are by design, sometimes they're by default. So let's give the other person benefit of the doubt. But it is a conversation that has to come up. So I'm glad you're thinking about this. Toastmasters is a brilliant idea. Thank you, Sat Shri Krishna. Thank you for sharing. Pace labs in India specifically are tough to find. Yeah, you need to talk to people. I can't answer that for you, because every country has some curtains behind these things. The US is pushing more and more for transparency, but the rest of the world, not so much, right? So I used to find out by talking to people around me, and I realized where I was. And I would do this if everybody else is in the same boat, then quietly one shares. But you have to be careful who you ask. Hi, I recently renegotiated my salary, and she allocated me an additional loan and decided to drop me since I'm new to the job market. This has really demotivated me. I'm so sorry, Samuel, that this has happened. Tell me if you have a question here, how I can help you, because it's 10 minutes now, so I want to be able to help you here. Hey, have you made a video on filler words while communicating? Lakhani, so I have a couple of LinkedIn lives I did with people specifically on the topic of communication. Yes, and we talked about filler words. I had Brendan Kumaraswamy, I had Kola Relish Onaike, some lovely speakers. So you'll be able to go back, even here on LinkedIn, maybe you can try hashtag communication and hashtag Supercharged Fridays. How do you deal with toxic, harassing colleague once and for all? Jyoti, there's a lot that goes in here. I think in the interest of time, what I will tell you is I did two LinkedIn lives only on the topic of toxic workplace, toxic boss, toxic colleagues. And I brought in people who have a lot of experience with this. One is a guy in India called Bharat Waklu, a very senior leader, and one is Jennifer Brick. She's in the US, original Canadian woman in the US, and she has an entire YouTube channel dedicated to it. Watch those two LinkedIn lives because that's all we talk about. If you need any help to find them, send me a message. All right. Good luck. Speaking of Canada. Hi, Joy. How are you? Nice to see you. All right, guys. 10 minutes are up. Let me see. Have I covered for the most part? No, I'm not done. All right. I feel bad. You guys are here. Okay. Let me, couple of minutes here. Why do companies take a long time to hire after an ad? Lots of reasons, Joseph. There's lots of reasons. There's sometimes low on resources, which is why they're hiring to begin with. But the urgency is less, or the decision makers aren't in town or aren't available. Usually those are the reasons that this happens. Hi, Pratyush. I'm being offered a new role. Congratulations, which is more managing oriented than technical. I'm not really sure. Do you want to do it, Pratyush? I would say take a strength test or something online that'll tell you what are you good at, but also take a Spark test. Jonathan Fields has a Spark test. It's free. What do you want? Do you like the idea of diluting a bit of your technical skills with more managerial and administrative function, or do you want to stick to technical? It comes down to that. It's a deeply personal answer. I don't want to be like assuming that you know what you want and I'll tell you what to do. I'm not going to do that. Good luck. Hi, sweetie. My employer is paying me very less than the market standards. We talked a little bit about salary earlier, right? So I would say this is something you need to bring up. And watch all my YouTube videos where we talk about salary. We talk about how we speak, and we need to keep emotions out of it. Very much possible. Hi, Varsha. How are you? Good to see you. How do you get a job in Dubai? You need to look at opportunities. You need to see if you know people who have friends, or your own friends who have positions there, and get referrals. Short answer. There's so much more to it than meets the eye. If you want to find out more in detail, I talk about this also on a LinkedIn live with a recruiter who lives in Belgium, and she does a lot of international roles, and we literally talked nothing except this topic. It's worth it also to reach recruiters who are in your target geography as well. So definitely possible. Can we connect over LinkedIn? Yeah. So send me a connection request, Likhani. Just make sure it's not blank. I'll definitely accept it. I don't, however, I get lots of questions, long, and subject will always say quick question, and it's like 3 pages. I unfortunately don't answer. This is the best place to answer because they're essentially looking for personalized advice. And it's not a good idea to ask a stranger for personalized advice over a message or an email, because there's a lot of scope for misinterpretation. So I highly recommend for something like that, it's better to schedule a consultation with someone. But yeah, connect with me for sure. All right. Hi, Gurpreet. Hi, Sonal. How are you? What should be the duration? And tell me about yourself. Kashif, I have a whole video on this on YouTube. I like 85 to 90 seconds. And then throw the question back to them saying, would you like me to talk about this more? Would you like me to elaborate on this? And then make it conversational. This is what I would do. Freelancing. There was a question on freelancing. Gurpreet, thank you for assisting in the Q&A today. I really appreciate it. Do multinational companies revoke offer letter if I ask my extended date from that? I haven't seen that happen, Saurabh. But you need to have a really good reason why you're extending it, right? If they've taken a while to find you and then you can't join them in time, it does matter. Is it fine to go with 10 years of fake experience? No. This is the shortest answer I'm ever going to give on Supercharged Fridays. No with a capital N. All right. Tell me about yourself. It's the second most viewed video on my YouTube channel. Kashif, that will help you for sure. Hi, Karishma. Can you recommend a Spark test or strength test? Spark test, just do Google search. Spark test, Jonathan Fields. Just Google it. Strength test, you have free, you have paid. The free one is called the High Five Strength Test. HIGH 5 strength test. Just Google it, it'll come up. So good luck. Optimizing LinkedIn profile. We talked about that earlier. Very relevant, Gurpreet. This is advice that never gets old, for sure. All right. All right, guys. So this is it from a very little bit in pain and a very warm Supercharged Fridays here. I'm going to go back to putting my feet up and getting the blood flow back to other parts of my body. Take care of yourself. If all goes well, if I'm able to travel next week, I shall see you live on Supercharged Fridays from France. I'm going to be in my MBA school for some meetings. If I can't, then I can't. Then I'll be back here. How do we know? There's only one way to find out. So join me live. Follow my hashtag Supercharged Fridays. Take care of yourselves. Have a lovely Friday and a lovely weekend. Bye.